Hi everybody, I'm Ray.
I'm Atou.
And I should probably end the controls to him, but I'm having too much fun opening the episode with this. Hold on, let's see if we do it faster. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I thought there'd be like a weird controller cooldown or something like, oh, I can only read buffered inputs up to this amount of level. Yeah, I think we're just at the boss is what it was. And you got a hammer, which is the best weapon, and we all know it's By the way, I've already expressed my disappointment in the new Smash Brothers that they have the Crash Bomber not work how I wanted it to.
No, you haven't.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't blow up everybody that's on screen when it goes off by itself. I was like, fuck you, you know how it works, make it worse. Make there be a truly dangerous item. I want an item to be truly dangerous again like in Melee. But bombs were scary. Are you trying to fail this?
Yes.
Oh.
I went in there by accident.
Push the start button. Okay. Well, the quicker way to fail would be to let them kill you. See? And you get the song that I've now ruined for myself forever. I can't hear it now without the long extended note in my head. Alright, drill the bitch dozer, fuck. Good thing it's easy to kill. Doesn't this thing appear in like a later game like Kirby Superstar? Like in the Great Cave Offensive for some reason, or something? Or like one of the modes, I don't know.
Oh, shoot!
Yeah, I was waiting for that to happen, except I thought you were going to get ready to jump, but it looked like you didn't have the ability to float? Did you? I couldn't tell.
No.
Okay.
It's, kind of hard to go into a float, since I was right at the bottom of the screen.
I think we have been keeping the pattern with fighting stuff, because I remember fighting that thing, and I thought, this guy's kind of easy. I'm pretty sure there's a death pit behind us now, so I just... Because I was trying to think, wait, did you fight this with the tornado? And then I thought, no. No, I think it was me fighting with a different weapon. Because I was able to just keep wailing on him.
Huh.
Yeah, his little weapons aren't hurtable, because they're weapons. For some reason, Sony made a custom 3D model of this guy styled as if he was in Brawl. I guess if he was like a boss in the boss mode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember seeing something like that, except it was like a Smash trophy.
Ah.
Where the person went and,
That may have been what it was. Still Brawl style, because they keep art styles per trophy.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I put that in my Artist Alley video. That may be where you saw it from.
Yeah, interesting. By the way, I just realized something. I've already told you earlier that even despite the data mine, but it finally happened with the announcement of Adeline plus Ribbon for the Kirby Star Allies. So now I have to buy the game by at least the end of June, because that's when they should be out for everybody.
I guess I just have an addition to look forward to in my game later.
You have me playing as her only to look forward to, especially. So that's one thing. Were you about to die from him not having enough room to fight him in? I was about to say, I think you should grab that. Because that was weird. That was like, he ran out of room and stuff. Anyway. Oh god, I forgot about Orange Ocean. Hey, I sort of ran into that one glitch I can't show anybody because I can't record at 60 fucking frames. You remember the one where I got under the guy and he was like instantaneously moving left and right? That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Alright, but I was gonna say the thing about the Adeline. I was like, I'm glad to see her, it's fucking great. There's only one thing that I'm very... Alright, I can't, like, fly here. Shit.
Oh god, this stage. I remember this stage.
There's only one thing I'm minusculely disappointed in with her very minor redesign. She doesn't have a flat face anymore, she has, like, a more human-shaped head. I was like, aww. Now that should be considered a problem, glad to have her back. That's why I said it's a minuscule problem that I have.
You miss her flat face?
Yes, I miss her flat face she used to have in the old N64. It added to her very simplistic design of just being shapes that she was. Except for her hair, that was just a bunch of triangles, but it looked more like hair.
Huh.
I wasn't going to let him grab me, but he grabbed me.
Nice.
But yeah, it's like one minor thing. Ribbon seems to be exactly the same. She might have a lot more minor head shape difference.
Yeah, my disappointment is that Ribbon's attached to her.
I can't imagine what they could have come up with for her, other than she's part of a Kirby power-up now. You got the crystal, now you can fly with her.
Well, I feel like they could have made Ribbon her own character rather easily, especially if they allowed her to use the crystal that she was collecting. But, like for Adeline, you know, before someone tries to bring up that argument, well, how would she fly? You know, by doing what she does for everything else in the game. She would paint wings. You know, why couldn't she run around with little pre-painted wings on her back? Like, wouldn't that just add to her design?
Maybe.
Just have like a, you know, the little sketch paintbrush on wings on her back that just kind of sprout out so that like she could actually start floating around and stuff.
I would like it more if she painted up one of the bird enemies from Kirby 64. Like, she
Yeah.
specifically painted up Kirby 64 enemies.
Yeah, that too. I feel that was like a kind of cheap how like they showed one of her designs.
Well, they were already fucking around, because, like, who's this new character? It's like, I don't know, it looks like a geometric, and it was just because Meta Knight was blocking in his side of his mirror. That's his block animation, apparently. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. So
yeah, but it was still showing the character.
Actually, it was showing an object that he can use, which was a mirror dimension to dive into.
But it was him in there, wasn't it?
Yes,
So
but
yeah, it still showed him.
but it showed that they were already willing to do cheats in a joking manner. If like, can you even remotely guess? Even then, you won't.
But the thing is that at least it still had the character in there.
Yeah.
Part of it. They did not do that for her. They used, I'm assuming, an attack of hers.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that's just unfair.
Damn it, get over here. Shit, I didn't. I thought I was gonna do the bouncy.
But yeah, I totally believe that like Adeline could just use drawings of things for like anything and everything. So, you know, who knows, maybe Ribbon will get her time to shine in like a future update.
God damn it. Urgh. Okay, I don't remember there actually being anything worthwhile in this room, but I really wanted to kill him.
I feel like you needed to kill him in order to get his move or something.
I can't think of what.
But I just, the main thing I remember is dying to that guy a lot.
Yeah. Should I go back and just get a sword? I'm gonna go back and get a sword to fight him with.
I'd get the tornado myself.
What? I can't use it underwater because I don't feel like it. Yes, it's not a good excuse, but I don't like the tornado. You say it's cool, that's good for you. I don't like how uncontrollable it is. Well, the only thing I like more than the sword is the UFO, because it's fucking impossibly good.
Right, well...
I can't believe that's not Kirby's Phalo Smash. No, I'm kidding. Alright, I need to absorb him. Why did I think it was like Kirby's Superstar? Allies. No, wrong game. Superstar is the correct one. In there, they had it to where you could just touch an enemy to get the power-up when they were displayed as a, here's a power-up to grab. Like, you could just touch them in there. And I thought, that's weird. Alright, which one's the world?
See,
Okay.
soon he won't need the mouth at all. He'll just be even more the amoeba he apparently is.
Can't believe I already wasted basically 8 minutes doing this fucking bullshit. Just want to kill one stupid roly-poly bastard who likes to not do his bounce attack anymore ever again after the one time. Thank goodness I have Zero's spin attack for Mega Man, so I could do it anywhere in the air or water. Did they ever go underwater in that franchise?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There, like, in the first Mega Man X game, there was an underwater stage.
Oh,
where...
fuck! Okay, this is
Oh,
gonna
wait,
be
you meant
trouble.
in the franchise?
Yeah.
I know in X, in the very first game, there was an underwater stage that was like, you went through some kind of underwater laboratory and you fought an octopus. And once you completed that stage, it would actually affect another stage that gave a section of it underwater properties. Like, it rose the water level. Now, there was actually something really neat associated with that. But, there may have been underwater sections in earlier Mega Man games. I'm not sure. I do know they had, like,
There definitely was in the first games, because there's, like, been already pretty much a few water bosses before Splash Woman. Ah, shit!
Right, I'm having trouble, like, remembering it. Wait a second. Bubble Man.
Yeah, that's one.
I'm not sure where he's from, though.
Do your stupid bounce attack so I can hit you. Fuck. I didn't mean to lose the sword, but you, like, absorbed it.
Yeah. Oh, but this does remind me, like, however I told you, like, my ratings when it comes to the Mega Man X series.
No?
Okay, like, to me, Mega Man X8 is the best Mega Man X game ever put out there. Which I feel is a note of quality. Because, like, it's I find it sort of rare that the most recent iteration of the game, like, for me, can be considered, like, the best iteration of a series at all so far. And that was, like, you know, the last Mega Man game put out. But, you know, after they're done releasing Mega Man 11, I'm hoping for, like, a Mega Man XX. Because that's what it would be, technically, at that point.
I don't know.
No, wait,
XX
Mega Man
would be-
X9.
I was about
yeah,
to say, I think
okay.
it'd be. I think that'd be 20 if it was XX. No, get away, Gordo.
No, it'd be 20 if it was Mega Man XXX.
Maybe.
You know, since Mega Man X is part of the title, and the X by itself would be the 10.
That's right, that's not ground here. And you just do this to get all the way across the stage.
Right. But yeah, to me, like, X8 is the best game. Like, because of the gameplay. Like, the characters control great. The fact that they have an excuse to allow you to play as the navigators, as just basically doppelgangers of the other characters, which is your excuse to play as double the same character in the game. And, just like, yeah, also it had like a co-op partner system to where you were playing as more than just the one character and playing throughout like it that way. Like, I thought that was wonderful. Although it does kind of seem a little bit weird thinking, why not just allow me to play as all 3 characters at that point? But, you know, the whole thing of like how you could use the navigators to like actually like fight alongside you as like your doubles, it was like great, wonderful, love the gameplay. Yeah, like that's why Mega Man like X8 is like number 1. For me, number 2 is Mega Man X. Yeah, and when I thought about it,
come on.
Yeah.
I wasn't even close to him yet.
Yeah. When I thought about it, like, you know, why is it that I love Mega Man X so much? Compared to all the Mega Man games out there, to where only X8 is above it. And that's because I was able to make the distinguishment in that, to me, X8 has the best gameplay, but X1 has the best map design. And what I mean by map design is that doing stuff in certain stages, completing them, actually has effects on other stages. Which I thought that were like, good for you. Which I thought was really neat. And in the sense, like, every single map always had at least 2 power-ups to it. I think? Was it 2?
There was something with that asshole.
Yeah. Or that door you skipped.
What door? Alright, I went through the middle door. And didn't do anything else. Fuck.
Yeah. Like, it kind of goes back to something I was saying earlier. And that in the original X game, when you completed the octopus stage that was like this underwater laboratory, that would actually cause another stage to flood and start get water where there was not water before. And like, there's this one like underwater cave section. There's this one cave section that when it's flooded, it's now underwater, which opens up areas you couldn't go to before, which allows you to get a power up you never would have reached otherwise. And it's like, I love that kind of stage design, to where like every stage has power-ups, so there's reasons to go back to them, and they even have little changes depending on what order you beat the stages in. And it was fun just exploring and going around as X, just doing all kinds of stuff. As it's like, you know, some things I was just wondering, why would I even think to do that? Well, I'm glad I did. And that, like, in that game, like, you could beat this mammoth that gave you, like, a flamethrower. Was it flamethrower or magma? It might have been a magma flamethrower.
Magma mammoth.
Yeah, that's probably what his name was, too. But, yeah, funny trick you could do with that boss. But that just goes into, like, stage design, I would say, also. But I'll go into that later. Anyways, and there's the ice stage in the game, of course, and that's where you can fight this penguin. But the thing is, like, in that ice stage, there are these igloos that are pretty much invincible. All your attacks just like...
Fucking damn it! I just got tornado.
Like, all your attacks just, like, dink off of the igloo that's there.
I didn't mean to go in here.
Yep. But when you go in there with the flamethrower, it's like a continuous stream of fiery damage. And by shooting the flamethrower, you essentially cause the igloo to melt. Because, you know, it's an ice igloo. It's able to withstand a full charge buster shot from X, but no, like, put it under its flamethrower, and it, like, melts like anything else. And it's like, okay, cool, that's neat. Something you're able to do with an environment, yeah, something you're able to do to the environment with a weapon you didn't have before. And it's like, I love it. And one thing I also love is that, like, if you just go through the game and you're just melting igloos, probably just because you feel like it, there is actually an igloo that has a power-up inside of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's like, that's... Yeah, to me, Mega Man X had the best stage design for all of it. Oh. I see.
Didn't remember the tornado not working in here.
Same.
At least I can do that.
Right. But yeah, I just really love that. Like, boss weapons you got, they made you stronger.
Fuck this guy.
Like, the environment changed depending on what stages. And, like, also, like, it even extended to the bosses. Which I would argue, they're part of the stage design and things like that. Like, okay, so there's this one power plant stage where you fought Spark Mandrill, I think his name was.
And he has a problem with using the ice attack, as I have heard.
Oh, yeah, there is that, but that's not the one I'm particularly referring to. Is that you beat him, and then you get, like, his electrical shooty attack. Now, what makes this so interesting is that you take that electrical shooty attack, and then you go to, like, the underground mining stage. And in the underground mining stage, you fight an armadillo. I forget exactly what he's called. Huh. What do you need throw for?
I don't know, but I am happy that I've killed him again.
But yeah, like, you go to the armadillo, and then you used Spark Mandrill's electrical weapon on him, and it shocks the crap out of the armadillo so bad that his armor that he uses to protect himself just flies off of him. At which point, his gimmick of that you weren't really able to hurt him all that well because his armor is protecting him is just gone. I mean, like, how often is it that you can actually cause a sprite change to the enemy by using, like, a weapon or, like, some trick of the environment like that? Like, yeah, I love that. And to clarify on the elephant, which I brought up earlier, was that there's this communications tower that you could go to.
Damn it. Get in there. Fuck. I don't remember how to do this secret. This is why I didn't want to do all the secrets again other than get you the tornado so we could use the tornado. Because I remembered some of them were annoying as piss to figure out without a guide. Because I started using a guide at some point. Because it made it less insane to figure them out.
Well, let's see, it's a door from a lower environment. So...
Is it though? These like to cross dimensions in nonsensical ways. Jesus, he's going really fast. So much so it's lagging the whole game. Stop it!
Okay, then.
Get over it. Fuck you.
And you weren't able to, like, suck in that block in order to throw it, right?
Nope.
Okay, then I got an idea of what we'll do. Beat the stage, or exit out of it. Either one. I'll continue with the next stage, and you can just look up to see what that secret was, so we can get it. Yeah, but, yeah, there's this communications tower. Otherwise, I don't know why you were assaulting a tower. Just because, like, a boss is up there. You know, it's the most simplest explanation. But, he, was, like, a Kawaga Boomerang or something like that.
Boomer Kawanger.
Maybe.
That was his name.
Oh, really?
Because I've heard many a joke of, like, what the fuck is a Kawanger? Because he's supposed to be like a boomerang, but his name is Boomer Kawanger. Where the hell's my phone? Oh, there it is.
So, yeah, like, he gave you this boomerang weapon, which was great for reaching stuff that was, that you normally couldn't reach otherwise. But an interesting effect, which was, like, out of nowhere, like, I don't even think it was, like, the super effective weapon against the boss, was that, for the elephant, if you used a boomerang cutter on him, you actually cut off his nose, which got rid of an attack of his to where he would, like, lob magma at you using it. And then you were fighting against a mammoth enemy boss without their nose.
I think I've seen that in a video recently.
I think it's something Egoraptor. Darn it.
Yeah.
Went over at one point because like he just started gushing and saying like a bunch of like essentially trivia related stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was like, yeah, man, like X had like some really great design. And I think he did like some pretty good detail in going over just how good the first stage of X was designed in general. But yeah, it was like a lot of great, wonderful details in that game, which is... see. Yeah, which is why that game is like just number 2 on my list. Like, unfortunately, X8 doesn't have nearly as good stage design as the first one did. You know, none of that environmental interactivity going on, as far as I can remember. Which is a shame too, because like you essentially had 3 different characters that you could switch off as at any point as you're playing. So they could have had like a bunch of environmental tricks going on.
You got nailed.
I tried to freeze, spark, something like that, but it didn't work.
Jeez, that was fast. Random flower. Ah, just straight through a Gordo.
Yeah, you're invincible.
I know, but it's weird to see. UFO! Oh, you almost killed him. Well, you like this more than UFO, I take it.
Yes.
I just
you
realized
say it's uncontrollable, but I love it.
I was about to say, why didn't you use your UFO? You're invincible during everything. I mean, tornado. Fuck, I really like UFO.
You just realized what?
Huh?
I thought I heard you say you just realized.
No, I didn't realize anything. Let's see, Stage 6, Orange Ocean, Stage 1, Chapter 6, Parse 11, Clause 8, in the Holy Book. Sorry.
Section 2, verse 3.
In the scene where the sky is blue and there's spit on my screen for me, there's a random door which leads to a small cave. Inside the cave is a secret door. Inside the secret door is another cave, and inside the switch of that cave is... Okay, we need the hammer for that cave. I forgot about that.
Okay,
You can go back to the last room. It has a bumpers to find. What is his name? Bonkers. There's a Bonkers to fight. I do wonder if some of these Kirby enemy names are all, like, legitimate, if they just made them up. Like, when they translated the game, they're like, no, Kuwada is not a good name, call him Bonkers! Or, you know, like, Broncho Bird, the most unnecessary name I've heard for what is essentially a Goomba. It's like one of the first enemies you usually meet in a Kirby game, besides, like, a Waddle Dee. And even then, those things are more dangerous than a Goomba, because they can jump. You never see a Goomba jump, do you? If they do, it's because they're surprised to see you and then they come running. That's only in the newer games.
So you want to get it?
Sure. You have to go back and get your Stage 2 secret anyway. Because you didn't get whatever it was, and I have the entire strategy wiki, which is a thing I didn't know about. I didn't. Don't laugh at me.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Like, X8 number 1, X1 number 2, and then number 3 would have to be Mega Man X4. That one holds a very special place in my heart. 25% of that is filled with Iris. But 50% is filled with Zero.
Oh, shit.
Because, like, before I played Mega Man X4, like, I didn't really have a liking for the X games all that much. I mean, the Mega Man games. Yeah, I didn't have a liking for the Mega Man games in general. Jump and shoot, and yet despite me using a gun, I was still getting hurt left and right, like all over the place. Couldn't figure out boss patterns and things like that. It was just so difficult. Like, how is it that shooting these things with a gun is just so difficult in order for me to do in progress? But here I am playing this X4 game, and I was like, Zero? Who the hell's this guy? Proto Man? And then, like,
I was seeing what ability we need in the next thing. Either hammer or stone, and that's like 1 room back, I think. Yeah, it is, because tornado.
Right.
So, you're gonna need to hold on to that until you find where the secret is, since you have to play that level again anyway.
Okay. So, like, I'm playing as, like, this guy, Zero.
Here, go on, get to that stage while you talk, and I'll look for this.
I'm playing as this guy, Zero, who uses a sword. And it's like, wow, a sword? That's awesome. Because, like, this is back during the day when, like, I found the sword to be, like, the greatest thing ever.
Well, it is. It's always better than a gun, no matter how illogical it is in every video game. Level 2.
Ah, okay. Right.
Forgot about the cute boat.
So,
Okay.
like, the funny thing is that when I was reading the character select screen, it said Zero. He is, like, you know, S rank difficulty, like, for the game. And Mega Man is loaded, ranked as, like,
Easy.
B. Yeah, he's, like, easy B rank.
Wait, stop real quick. Okay, sorry. What? Oh.
What?
On screen, when there is a bottle and a bomb, there's a hidden door above where the bottle is. There you can turn into stone, or you can beat bonkers in the arena from the column.
What the?
What happened? I wasn't looking.
I went in there, grabbed the thing, and then it kicked me out. And I lost my thing?
Well, you gotta get to that room that you were just in. Wait, it took away your fucking thing?
Yeah.
Weird. But I heard you get a 1-up. That was strange.
Okay, so I'll just go back and...
Well, it's supposed to be in that room, and it says you need to, like, get laser ball or something, which is not a thing. I just said that by accident.
But I need stone first?
You need stone first to get in there. It says either hammer or stone to get in there first. Which is weird to me, but you need to go into that door in the waterfall. Basically, you're just saying that Zero's super cool, and you're like, I can do hard mode.
No, I'm
okay.
not saying that. Like, the
You're
thing...
saying Zero's lame? Sorry.
Okay. But I'm just, I found it funny how the game was saying that X is easy mode and Zero is hard mode, because X uses a gun and he can pew-pew his enemies from afar. Whereas, like, you know, Zero uses a sword, so he has to get up close and personal, and, like, you know, he's in danger or something. Like, at least that's what I think the game is saying.
Oh, you need to get stone here is what you're supposed to do, but you already have it. I only read the first part because
I didn't know I could do that.
What'd you do?
He tried to stone me and I turned into stone, and him dropping on me killed him.
Nice.
So, okay, do I
You can get out of this
down?
room now.
Uh-huh.
Reach a door in the cloud and column area. Use the hammer on the post right below where you come in, and in the bottom is the right above you. What? Don't lose it. Supposed to be a column in here? Is it that thing on the right? See? Where there's like a weird doorway? Oh wait, that's where you gotta go anyway. Jesus.
Okay, so just gotta find my way over there.
You can just float under. It wasn't this door, right? It was somewhere else, or did you go past this or get in here the first time? Oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't go in here. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Eventually he'll stop doing that! Okay. I was about to say, just jump once. Oh no! Oh no! They're making the game freak out! Nice! Did you just press up while you were there?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you get invincibility.
Oh, like,
That's it, you can leave now. Hooray.
Yeah, I was holding up.
Ah. Okay.
And, like, untransformed.
Now you can just quit stage. I had a feeling you were going to take a hit as soon as you left. I was hoping I'd be wrong.
Wait, why?
What? What?
Nothing. That's nothing.
Is it really my turn? Alright, you beat that level. Alright.
Yeah. Okay, so, like, the thing is, they did play extremely differently, and because of that difference in playstyle, the game was way easier for me to go through as Zero than it was with X. I don't know why, but in X4, it was just a lot more easier for me to run up and slash the heck out of my enemies than it was to hang back and pew-pew them from afar. I think it's because when you run up and slash them, Zero does a heck of a lot of damage to them compared to when X has to shoot them from afar. So it just ends them quicker and makes them not a threat all that sooner. Because, like, you know, all the bosses, like, all the enemies, like, I, like, slayed and defeated all of them as Zero. I couldn't even get past this X-specific mid-boss that they threw at me, to where Zero had an animated cutscene against the guy, but for X, no, you actually had a confrontation with the dude, and yeah, I just lost horribly because I could not know, like, I couldn't figure out how...
I didn't know that was a thing. Earthquake!
Yeah, I did not know how to X good. So for me, like, X was always the hard difficulty playing mode, whereas Zero was the easy mode. And it was just general very fun to play as Zero.
Sounds like you just knew how to play the avoid dance, as I like to reference back to that joke. I don't remember where I heard it from.
You mean the safety dance?
Well, I just like, you practiced avoidance, otherwise known as the avoid dance. I've said this joke to you like maybe 8 times in my life, and it's always funny to me. Let's see, I believe we already figured out that we can swim under here, but there's no point to. It just leads to death. Well, it just leads to nothing, because there's nothing down there. Might be something over here, though.
Yeah, so, like, after playing X4, I was thinking, like, god dang, that was so fun to play as Zero, this sword-wielding dude. Like, he's so awesome, and red, and a dude, I think. Pretty sure it's a dude. Now, X sounds like a girl, though. Like, I always found that hilarious. Like, in the few times I've heard X in cutscenes, it sounded like I was talking to a girl. Like, don't know what that was about. Oh, right, is this that place with that one stupid hidden thing?
Yeah, where it's completely invisible. Alright, I have to fight Bonkers. I forgot about that. That was weird.
Yeah. So, like, after playing the X4 series, that's when I, played X5. Because, like, it's like, heck yeah, like, get me some more Zero on up in this. Still couldn't play as X worth anything. Then, like, X6 came out not long after that, which I think was, like, really rushed compared to X6. Like, it had no English as far as voiceover goes, which I felt like, oh, that's probably a symbol of how quickly they rushed this thing out, because it's got to, like, hit on that popularity. But I was like, nah, that's fine. More Zero for me. And then, like, at some point, I did manage to find a Super Nintendo, and I was able to go back and play the original X game, and I was able to complete it. To where I'm wondering, what the heck? Why was this so much more funner and easier to go through as X in the original Mega Man X than he's ever been in any of the other X games for me? Like, I think I can do it nowadays, play through the other X games as X. It's so much more funner and easier as Zero to, like, do that stuff.
What's the hitbox on this fucking thing? I thought there was a thing down here. I thought I was supposed to be outracing it.
No, you have to go to where the bomb was. And, like, push up where it is, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to remember where the BS door was. I couldn't remember. Thanks for remembering.
I mean, how could I forget such a BS thing?
And then the real secret was in here all along. I needed that laser, actually.
Oh.
Oh wait, there it is. Like right when you spawn. I can't do it. Yay! It does not show up on the camera, unfortunately. I don't want this! Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like, played the original X game. Like, that's where I kind of, like, discovered, like, my love for the original X game. Like, it was, like, X4, then X, but then at some point it, like, just became, like, X overtook X4 for me. But X4 always had that special place because it got me back into the Mega Man series, thanks to Zero. And then Mega Man, like, X8 came out, which is like, oh man, this is wonderful. Like, I'm so glad that, like, people now have a chance to see Axel in a positive light. Because did I ever tell you that I really feel bad for Axel as a character?
Yeah, because he showed up in the worst possible game, and he sounded like a girl for some reason, because he was voiced by one for some reason in that game.
Yeah, the voice acting series the voice actors throughout the Mega Man X series has always been different.
Have I told you I don't know where I'm going?
No?
Oh, well I guess I'm at the end. Ah!
Okay.
Sorry. Fucking Bronto Birds.
Yeah. But it was just like, oh man, like X7 has some interesting stuff. It's just too bad the gameplay was so horrible. And I felt so bad for Axel. I was like, you know, they set out right to make a new character to add to the series. Like, I was reading like the interviews of what they were like doing. It was like, okay, creator of the X series, we want to add a new character. And he was like, oh, okay, well, if we're gonna do this, we need to do this right. And like the first priority was that when you see X's silhouette, you know it's X. When you see Zero's silhouette, you know it's Zero. So he set out to make a character to where, like, when you see that person's silhouette, you know it's Axel. And it's like, you know, like, how could he be different compared to, like, the other two characters?
Oh, we're actually at the end of the episode, so wrap up your thoughts.
And, like, that was, like, he, like, transformed into enemies. But he was, like, essentially a version of X, and he kind of, like, played that way. But to make up for that, once you unlocked X, because he was a secret character in X7, he was, like, Super X with, like, screen-covering buster shots. Yeah, but still, like, the game he appeared in was horrible, and I felt that association was always a stigma associated with him. But now that he's appeared in X8, that they gave him his own gimmick of having multiple different guns, from grenade launchers to Uzis to all kinds of stuff that really switch up his gameplay compared to X and Zero, and plus the fact that, like, he can self-hover, cling to walls and fire, is like... Boy, like, it's just so great to see Axel truly shine as, like, the third new addition to this team.
He's also incredibly decent in Mega Man X Command Mission.
Ah.
He is in that.
Right.
Anywho, thanks for watching, everybody.
Alright, see you later.
Bye.